Steve Scalise said, look at this New York Times report. White House Ukraine experts sought to correct transcript of Trump call. Okay, that's fine. And he's claiming that that Trump mentioned the vice president on tape discussing Ukraine's corruption. Now, I'm actually glad that they bring this up, because I'd like to know if you think Joe Biden, what he did was a quid pro quo. Fire him in 6 hours or you don't get $1 billion. And if his own son admits he's being paid millions with no experience, doesn't that sound like they're buying favor? And doesn't that sound like something the American people need to get to the bottom of? If Joe Biden sold out his office so his family could make millions when they had no experience, I think that's an important thing that we ought to be investigating.
Well, Sean, I think everybody in America who's objective that looks at this knows it doesn't pass the smell test. And Joe Biden himself bragged about it. He said he flew over there and he told them that in 6 hours he's leaving with the $1 billion of our money, taxpayer money, if they don't fire the guy that's looking into his son. I mean, my goodness, if that's not a quid pro quo, I don't know what is. But, of course, that's why the Democrats want to throw up all these smoke screens. They don't want you to look over there. They show you the shiny object behind the tree, and they try to create all this innuendo about President Trump, who, by the way, Sean, the law says that the president, before he gives taxpayer money to any country, has to go and actually verify that they are not participating in corruption. In fact, that's a law that Adam Schiff himself voted for. And so when you look at what President Trump is doing, he's trying to root out the corruption that started in 2016 with the Russians trying to interfere with our election. Some of that went through Ukraine. Of course, he's got a legal obligation to root out corruption, and that's what President Trump is doing. And that's why they want to impeach him instead of looking into the real quid pro quo that Biden himself bragged about.